What's going on, everybody? Tyler and Sean here from Rendered Reality. Thanks for joining us again on Coffee and VR. We are so glad to freaking be back. I just been so amped for the show. I don't know why. Like, I'm like, dude, we're doing a show. We want to be here. I miss being here. It's kind of nice when we don't have to. I feel like I'm more excited for it for whatever reason.
Yeah, we did miss last week, but we actually planned on doing a show last week, and we were all set up. We were sitting here at the PC, and we started messing around with cryptocurrency stuff.
Oh gosh,
and we started setting up the PCs for mining, and that just totally messed up the whole plan. And we ended up not doing a show last week. But
I won't get into it. I have a problem because so it's like abusing your kids, right? Like, well, okay, I don't have kids, right? But like my kids are, you know, my 2080, my 3070, my 1060. So I feel bad like using them. Like after running for a while, I'm like, man, like it's just abuse, isn't it? At a point, but
I ran it for like
I don't know,
almost 2 full days, and I was like, I'm gonna shut the PC off because I feel bad because it's running at like full capacity nonstop, and I just for some reason I feel bad. But
it's hard for me too. I mean, I have on and off, and I've been doing it, but I don't know, man. I just don't want to ruin one, right? Because then I go to play VR and I don't have it. Yeah, and you can't get it. So yeah, it's kind of hard for me, but I'm dabbling. I'm making a little cash, but you know, I don't know if it's worth it or not for me yet. So
it's kind of fun to play with, I guess.
It is. Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's easy to do too. So, but it's glad to see everybody in chat and stuff before. Man, that poll too before the show, that was close.
The poll for the intro video, we actually I thought I had it switched to the AOL dial-up one because that was winning, and then I had to switch it back because the other one came ahead, and that was the one that was ahead right in the beginning. If you're wondering.
Anyways, it's good to see everybody. I'm super amped to be here. But yeah, man, we've missed a lot of VR news-ish, but I feel like the majority of what we're excited about came out in the last like day or two.
Yeah, this week at least, pretty much.
Yeah, we're going to be talking some Valve stuff, especially later, which, I mean, really anything, not everything that comes out of Valve is great, but almost everything. You know, it's well engineered and thought about for a long time. So, and being so, we've seen that in code and stuff, which we'll get into. Controllers, Oculus, games, big games coming to Quest.
Announcement dates, release date announcements. That was pretty amazing to see before Oculus Connect. So we'll get into some of that. Tony Digital, $25 super chat says, good to see you.
Cheers, man.
Good to see you, Tony Digital. Yeah, Thank you for that super chat. That is awesome. That is definitely awesome. And also, Kate Collector Comics said, yo, what up, guys, with the $1.99 super chat. Thank you.
Comic boy.
We appreciate
He's awesome.
The love.
I miss the guy. Yeah. Good seeing you guys, man. It's so awesome.
Yeah. So some of the things we wanted to get into last week that we didn't because we didn't do a show was the Quest 2 Pro controller leak stuff that's been coming out. And this stuff was from like a Zoom call or something meeting that somebody leaked out the pictures. And we have a couple of the pictures, and they look basically the same with some what looks to be some added cameras without the tracking rings anymore, you know, without the ring that goes around this part. Other than that, it looks the same, but interesting take to see what they're doing here with these, if they are adding cameras to the actual controllers. This is something we talked about a long time ago, too.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I feel like it's coming. I mean, I don't know. And I know the more reference points you have for like IR stuff and everything, it's going to be better and more accurate. But man, their camera tracking is so good in Oculus. I'm really not too worried if they are going to go this route. I mean, they're on point. I mean, look at their even object recognition now in like the Quest 2 when, you know, you put the headset on, it says, oh, you have something there. It shows all the points even and everything in the point cloud. So, I mean, it is really good. I just hope it can keep up, you know, with the fast movements of, you know, say you're swinging a sword or throwing a grenade. I hope. Yeah,
Saber is like one of the best tracking tests for people that are very good. But I can't imagine that they're going to be going this route unless they think that it's going to improve the tracking. It's going to make it better, you know, and stuff like that. And I don't know that any of this is for sure true because, you know, these are leaked things. We don't know if this is just prototype stuff that they've been testing or if this is actually something that's going to be in a headset. We don't know, but we should be finding out soon. I mean, Oculus or Facebook Connect, whatever you want to call it, is coming up pretty soon. So we should have an idea of what I mean, I have to imagine they're going to announce a Quest Pro or Quest 3 or whatever they're going to call it. They have to at least announce it, show it to us, and hopefully give us a release date. That's what I mean, everybody's anticipating that. So
I know.
Talking about
the last image almost looks like printed too. So I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like that could be a little
it's just a very poor quality because it's like zoomed in from a like Skype or Zoom call or whatever. So it's definitely very
the lines from the light. You see how you see the lines, like the printed lines from the light? I don't know,
but
man.
I think that's just because it's pretty low quality. But I did want to mention too, the deck of gear, they showed some new controllers as well. That they're talking about having like a menu button. The ball on the bottom is definitely a little bit different. And first time I saw this, I was like, man, this would be perfect for like, remember when you did the controller setup for the Index on the ball mount, like the phone ball mount? Man. Were perfect like, for joysticks and flight games. When I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, I can totally see that.
I thought the exact same thing too. I know, but yeah, I don't know if they're using it for tracking. I would suppose it's got to be there for a reason, right? Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's going to be any type of mounting system unless they're pulling out some holsters or something.
No, you could lock it's not for that.
But, right. It's a cool design. I mean, it's kind of similar to what Oculus might be doing too. So with no ring, so we'll see. I mean, I think they're going to come out with a legit headset at this point.
I do too.
We've seen enough stuff come out from them, though I don't know when. They may be late to the game by the time.
Well, they're already later than what they anticipated.
But you're going to get that from any small company. They're not going to keep up. They don't have the financial backing. They don't have, like Facebook does. So
yeah, for sure.
It is what it is.
Cool stuff though. I mean, I'm super excited for Facebook Connect and stuff. But I did want to play. I mean, I did play this morning the new Walkabout course, which I used my putter, which I love this thing.
So good.
I still suck at the game. This is my gameplay here. I'm still not great, but it feels so much better using that. But the new map, I don't know if you've played this one yet, but the new map is
haven't yet.
Awesome. I mean, it is a gorgeous, like to just look out around the scenery. And I think in the video clip here, I'll do that kind of look around. It looks great. And it's some really cool stuff they've done in this map that is like completely different, like that I don't remember any other map in this game, where like one of the things they're using like a lot of wind. So you see the wind trail coming through. So you have to shoot your ball to where it's going to curve with the wind. They use the windmill. You go inside some cool places. It's a really, really cool map if you have not played this game yet. Yeah, with friends, it's awesome.
Virtual Steve on our Discord said that he didn't have this game and I couldn't believe it. Like, I don't know why. If you're looking for something to do on a night, a weekend,
too. So much
with
fun.
Or without friends, pick it up. A lot of fun, hidden stuff from hidden balls in the course and walking around or not walking around, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's one thing I haven't done in this map yet, was find all the hidden balls. I was just trying to play through the course. It was actually this morning that I was playing this, but I mean, the map itself, I mean, it's just such a good looking map. And we're actually giving this game away too. There's a chance to win a copy of this game in the description, a Gleam link, as well as a Medal of Honor game code giveaway. We'll talk about some of that, but it's an excellent golf game with friends. I mean, that's where I mean, we play, me and my wife and her nephew and stuff like that. We play this quite a bit, but I mean, just look at the world. It's so cool when you look out there. I love this new map. It's really neat.
I know, it is awesome. Yeah, highly recommend picking up this game. Please do.
Yeah.
It's a staple. I feel like there's certain games that like I always end up going back to or playing or telling people about or letting them try, and this is definitely one of them.
Yeah, totally agree.
Pistol Whip too.
Yeah, the wife said, "Love this with my nephew."
See, great game.
Great game.
Yep. Awesome to see updates too rolling out still. Hidden balls are great. I know, man. Love it, Chris.
Everybody loves hidden balls.
Anyways, this is
so another game I tried out, and this has been out this week or whatever, is the Rec Room Rally.
Yeah, I thought
this looked so cool. I was like, man, this looks really neat. Like I saw the trailer and stuff, and I was like, I'm totally down for this. The cars look awesome. Yep. I tried it, and it wasn't all that awesome, but it's free. I mean, it's free.
Sure. Did you see he has the RR Racing shirt on in the video too?
Yeah, we sponsor them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It has nothing to do with Rec Room.
No,
it's just
not at all.
Reality.
No. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's good to see this game still progressing, right?
Yeah, I mean constantly adding stuff.
Absolutely. So I'm super glad to see that. Just not my style, I guess.
I mean, if I'm going to play this kind of game, I would rather play like Dash Dash or something. You know what I mean?
It's
way more in depth.
Yeah.
But then again, you're paying money for that game, where this game is a free game inside a Rec Room. So, I mean, there was a ton of kids in there when I was playing it, like there usually always is. But I mean, it was still fun. It's something fun to do with some friends. I don't know.
Yep, it absolutely is. Yeah, and especially if somebody doesn't want to buy something, you want to get together, there's no reason to not. I mean, it's free.
Until I glitched into a wall and I couldn't get out, and it started freaking out. Like, I couldn't get out of it, and then the headset started going black and like jittering, and I was like, so I just stopped.
Dude, this isn't Test Drive Unlimited. We're not trying to find glitches.
Oh, man, that was awesome. I love that. That was the best thing about Test Drive Unlimited back in the day.
Yeah, I know. Dude, Forza coming soon. I keep looking.
I want that in VR so bad, but even flat, I'm going to have to play that game.
Okay, so
go ahead.
I'm going to play it flat in the yaw in VR on a big screen. That's my plan. So I get the feedback of it, but I'm still looking at the screen, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to try it. Hopefully it works good. Cannot freaking wait for that, though.
Talking about the yaw, though, they They were at the Flight Sim Expo.
Flight Sim Expo, yes, they were.
And there wasn't a whole lot of stuff I saw on YouTube from that, but there was a little bit of stuff. And it seems like a lot of the takeaway is that the Y'all 2 seems to be working very well. Like, I mean, it's quiet. Everybody seems to be liking it a lot. The one thing that they're still having an issue with is the calibration and the setup process. Like
software,
a lot of times it had to
tracking,
be recalibrated and stuff. So I'm still hoping that they get all of that figured out by the time this thing starts shipping out to us that backed it on the Kickstarter and pre-ordered.
And I guess what I told you is my fear is just that the product itself comes out of the gate great. So, you know, to hear things like it works great, it's quiet, it looks incredible, especially in the black, which is what I got. That it's, I don't know. Software stuff can always be updated, right? They can always push updates out. So it can always be improved. Like, look at the Pimax. You know, when it came out, it was just broken, barely working. And then, you know, their software gets updated. How it works is better, not perfect, but you know what I mean?
Right.
You can always have updates.
Yeah,
so
I mean, Fit and Finish, like even people are saying that we're at the thing, like people not affiliated with them, they're saying from a Fit and Finish standpoint, it looked nicer than I expected. I mean, everything that I've read, you know, was all really good stuff about it, other than the glitches with the calibration and stuff that still had to be worked on.
Oh, man.
What?
Chris, I'm super jealous about that, man. I wanted into the Infinite Beta so bad. He said he was playing Halo Infinite Beta in a virtual desktop in the theater screen and stuff. And that's my plan too, is to do something like that. I haven't really done it yet because I don't know, flat games to me. I played Warzone. I'm going to be honest. I cheated. I played flat. I did. I'm sorry, everybody. I did. I cheated. But I played with a coworker of mine, and yeah, I don't know, man. It's just not the same. Like the audio, to have spatial audio in itself, you know, you have your sensors all going off in VR because of that. It's just not the same. I feel like I can't play flat anymore. I don't know, man. It's hard for me to go back, but yeah.
Well, Raza bought a coffee. Awesome.
Joe, cheers,
Nobody's done that in a while. That's cool.
Man, keep your head down, by the way. Keep your head down.
Yeah, there's some gunshots going off in his neighborhood last night, he said, so hopefully everybody's okay. Man. He was talking about that in the Discord. I did see that Zayla Maru asked, is Forza coming to VR? We haven't heard anything about anything like that. I just want it in VR. I really want it in VR, really, really bad, and I don't think that's probably going to happen anytime soon, but if it did, I would totally be down. But yeah, not looking for
Artful said by Vorpex, and I do have Vorpex. I don't know. I mean, which I agree, but there'll be support for it probably, I'm sure, eventually. And once there is, then I will be all in on that. But I'll probably play it flat until that time.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a game that I used to love on the Xbox. So I'm not a big sim racer guy, but that game, I like it. That game just did it for me. It just did it for me.
And they have my TR6 in there. Perfect. Painted the same and everything. So good. Wonder if I can transfer that. Sorry.
But we did get some release dates for some games coming out, and the release dates came out ahead of Oculus Connect or Facebook Connect, which really surprised me when I started seeing these dates pop up, because I was like, man, I figured for sure this was going to be some of the stuff that was announced at Facebook Connect, but some of them happen, you know, before Facebook Connect. They're actually coming out before Facebook Connect. So that makes me think that maybe there's really some big stuff getting announced at Facebook Connect, whether that be, obviously, I think a new headset, but also some games that maybe we haven't heard of yet. And I also am looking forward to maybe some more info about the Assassin's Creed, Splinter Cell, that kind of stuff, because we haven't heard anything about that. So I have a feeling that maybe that some of those big game announcements are coming from Facebook Connect this year.
I feel like, I guess, I don't know if we will, but I'm hopeful that we get something like some epic drop of a game. And it could be its own brand new game, because think of all the studios that they've been buying up over the last year or so. 2 years or so at this point. Yeah. So I don't know. I would love to hear of another huge game release for them. It could be their own title. What was the robot flying one with your arms out?
Stormland?
Stormland. Yeah. You know, something more matured, you know what I mean? But along those lines. What about a Stormland 2, you know, or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like they kind of dropped the ball with Stormland. I never really wanted to get back into it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good game. We played it. I played it quite a bit, Because I can't remember, you couldn't play it in multiplayer right off the bat. You had to progress
broken.
so far, or it was
No,
broken.
multiplayer is broken. We would lose connection with each other all the time.
Yeah, because
like
I remember
in the middle
playing
of
it
the
quite
map.
a bit by myself before we actually started being able to play it
Right.
together. And even when we were playing it together, we were still
and it is
dropping.
fun. I mean,
yeah, it was still fun together. But the Lone Echo, I mean, that's their last big PC VR title, and Lone Echo 2, that is their last big PC VR title. And we got the release date of October 12th, which is not far at all. And I'm super excited. I mean, this is a PC VR only game. So, I mean, even Oculus probably isn't as excited about it now as they once were, you know what I mean? Because now their whole push is Quest. But
so is Medal of Honor, though.
Yeah, but Medal of Honor's coming to Quest now. But so you're thinking maybe that Lone Echo 2 will come to Quest too?
Correct. Yeah,
maybe.
I think anything from now out is going to be optimized for Quest 2, Quest 3 at this point, because why wouldn't they? That's their largest selling platform. So it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like everything's going to be developed with Quest 2, Quest 3 in mind, right? And then released on PC, or PC first and then optimized for it, like they're doing with Medal of Honor.
Still a super exciting game, though. I mean, I'm super excited for that game to come out. The game, I mean, if you go back and play the first Lone Echo on now, you know, headsets that are available now that are much better looking than the CV1 back then. I mean, it is an absolutely phenomenally gorgeous game. I mean, just graphics alone in that game are just, I mean, I feel like in a area all to themselves, you know what I mean? Along with, you know, Half-Life Alyx and stuff like that. But fantastic looking graphics from a game that was really ahead of its time for the headsets that could really push a game that looked that gorgeous. So I have to imagine that Lone Echo 2 is at least going to be on that par, if not higher. I'm hoping even higher, you know what I mean? But such an awesome game. And talking about Stormland, I did forget about that the Stormland devs are now with Sony. Forget that. Artful said that. And somebody was saying that Anakaze said, drop the ball. You mean they got purchased and then abandoned the post-release plans, which, I mean, that is pretty much what happened. But yeah, I don't know that, I mean, unless they completely redo the Lone Echo 2, I mean, to get it on the Quest 2, which is what they would have to do. So I don't know if that's something they're going to look into doing at this point, or if that's just something that they're like, you know, we're going to release it on PC VR. People can play it on the Quest 2 with Link or AirLink or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. But I was very surprised to see Medal of Honor coming to the Quest. I was like, what? Like, I didn't, I don't remember if that was something that they talked about before, but I don't remember that being in the plans. And I could be wrong, but I don't remember that being in the plans. Do you?
No, and that's a big feat too. I mean, that's a large game. That's no large game.
That's a massive game on PC VR. And which brings up another thing about the problem of the Quest port, because they're talking, according to the developer, one of the developers of this game, they're talking about a 40 to 45 gigabyte game on the Quest, which is huge. And you look at the fact that most Quest 2 owners out there right now, I would say the majority of Quest 2 owners probably own the 64 gig Quest.
Yep.
That's basically, by the time you have your operating system and everything else on there, that's pretty much the only game you could have on there, other than maybe some other, you know, small stuff. But that, I mean, obviously a couple other games and stuff, but that is just a huge file for, you know, the Quest. And do you think that's part of the reason they realize they need to ditch the 64 gig Quest and move to the 128, because they realize these upcoming games 100%. Are going to be getting bigger and bigger, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They have to. I'm surprised. I mean, even releasing the 64 was still small. And you know, you can always delete a game, put it back on, but to download and install something that large, I mean, isn't a quick thing to do. So I understand. I mean, whatever. If this is something you want to play, you're going to delete all your other stuff and play it. I mean, it is that good. I mean, to see this on the Quest will be awesome.
I mean, this game, PCVR wise, you know, wasn't the best reviews, and even we had a lot of complaints when it first came out.
Sure, we did.
They did fix a lot of things. They fixed a lot of the complaints that we had. I mean, it is a pretty long, you know, campaign, a decent campaign of a game. It does have multiplayer, not going to be cross-play. It is cross-buy, but I'm curious to see what this looks like on the Quest, coming from, you know, playing it on the PCVR. The problem is I'm pretty sure I bought this on Steam and not on Oculus. So that means I'm going to have to buy this again on the Quest, which really stinks, because, you know, what are they going to do about the price?
Right. Yeah, that was my whole thing. So when we started even BSing about this morning, I'm like, dude, like, this will be the most expensive Quest game, period, because
Quest this is game. I know there's been some like app things on like Quest and stuff that are like some expensive, like even on App Lab there was some like $100 thing, but that's not like a game. We're talking about a game here.
So at $60,
Yeah.
that's pretty steep. Now, are they going to carry that? You think they're going to carry $60 over to the Quest, or like you said earlier, will they do a price drop?
Yeah,
You know what I
because
mean?
I
And
mean,
try
we
and
were
match
talking
it.
about the fact that it's cross-buy, so they
Right.
can't make the Quest 2 version $39.99
$40.
and the
Right.
PC VR version 60, because then everybody would just buy it on the Quest and get it on the PC as well for cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have to keep the pricing structure the same.
Sure.
I don't know. I mean, I have to imagine this game's been out. It came out last year, so I have to imagine maybe now they're going to look at a price drop and bring it to that probably $39.99 maybe for when the Quest version releases. It'll be that price on PC as well as that price on Quest, but $60 for a Quest game, that's a lot. But it is going to be a big game. Like, I have to imagine this is going to be the full campaign because of the 40 to 45 gigabyte size. So it's a lot of content, right?
So like RG was saying that maybe it could be like a two-part. You know, you could download one, then play the second one, you know. And we could see something like that, though I don't think so. I think they'll package it together unless
people are saying, so Chris 99
maybe.
Chris 9989 said $40 US. They talked about on Reddit about lowering the PC VR price to match. Okay, so I didn't see that. Meow Meow the Gamer Cat said I heard $40 as well. So that makes me feel a little bit better, because $60 on a Quest game is pretty expensive compared to what else is out there. You know what I mean?
So the only thing that, you know, we've seen over time is companies wait for they want to always do a price hike. You know, they always want to go from that, you know, what console games were $39.
And you can always go down.
To 50, then they went to 60. You know what I mean? So they wait for these epic games to always do a jump. Yeah. So are we going to see this go to $49 for this game, or $45, you know, maybe? I don't know, but
yeah. So it seems like they must have put something out on Reddit that said $40. So I'm looking at, I mean, that makes more sense for a Quest, you know, a big Quest title is $39. So I can see that. Definitely see that happening, and it's been out for a while now too, so I think that, you know, makes sense that they can drop the price now. We are going to be giving this game away an Oculus code, so sign up. There's a Gleam giveaway in the description. Sign up for that. So we figured we were going to be spending $60 on it, so now it looks like, well, actually we'll probably still be spending $60 on it depending on when the price drop happens, because we don't have a release date, I don't believe, for this yet. We just know that it's coming to the Quest 2, and it is coming to the Quest 2 only. This isn't a Quest game, this is a Quest 2 game. So I think we are definitely starting to see now, you know, more titles coming out as a Quest 2 only game. They're starting to abandon the Quest 1 more now, which I am actually surprised that it took them this long to really start going that route, because, you know, I figured it would happen a little sooner. I originally thought, because the Quest 2 is so much more powerful, that, you know, I don't know. I'm glad that they've waited at least.
But I mean, games in development in their early stages, they need to know what they're developing for. So they're not going to change what, you know, halfway through developing a game, unless they just want to keep adding assets and textures and, you know, detail to it. But yeah, I mean, I get it. You always have that, you know, lag behind, even with console games and stuff. You still see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's, Chris was saying that Sony's have gone to 70. Holy crap, man.
Sony what?
That's crazy. Sony games have gone to $70.
Holy crap. That's
Jeez, yeah.
Inflation, man. Everything's about to get more expensive. I mean, groceries and everything are going up. So, I mean, I think that even, you know, seeing Quest titles, they could be getting more expensive than what are used to seeing. That's
what I mean. They wait for a big title, like something like this, to start it, you know?
Yeah. So I mean, it's a fun game. I mean, there is no cross play between PC VR and Quest, but even the multiplayer, I never got much into the multiplayer. I played it a couple times and I was like, all right, this is kind of cool. But I feel like there's, as far as shooter goes, first person shooter games, there's other better multiplayer games to play, at least in my opinion. But I haven't played it in a while, so I don't know if they've changed up anything with the multiplayer, made it better. But no crossplay when it comes to VR can be a challenging thing, because there's not always enough people to fill those lobbies all the time. So, but then again, this could be a pretty popular game on Quest, so there should be plenty of people on Quest to play with. But PC VR, you know, I don't know what are the numbers right now in this game? Because I mean, it should be on VR LFG.
Oh, for players?
Yeah, I'm just curious if there's anybody really playing.
Yeah,
the multiplayer
probably not.
Right now.
It's probably not great. I'm gonna go ahead and guess like 15 people, probably.
I don't even know what's that at, to be honest. I mean, so
I know.
Let me see here.
Yeah, I know. Prices.
You were exactly right. 15 people.
There you go.
There's 15 people playing right now. That you were exactly right.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't look either. No cheating.
Yep. Online now.
Yeah,
15.
I mean, it's funny to look on there sometimes. You know, you see games like that and these epic games that should have a lot of people, and they don't. And you see a lot of people still going to, Pavlov and stuff,
Yeah, for sure.
Rec Room, stuff like that. I mean, it's crazy, but I think price is everything for multiplayer. And I tell this to devs all the time that you have to come in at that low price point if you want the masses to have it. And that's
Yeah.
what keeps your game going and
Unless
keeps
it's
it
just
alive.
the really big name. I think the big name you can pull off having a higher price because you have the weight of that name behind it. You know what I mean? Like Medal of Honor,
Sure.
like Resident Evil. You know what I mean? Like
Right. I get that.
that helps. That helps.
It does. It does help. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
But I mean, the
Oh,
trailer
well,
looks great. The game is a
Yep.
cool game. I mean, we had some nitpicks in the beginning. There's still some things that I can pick about it, but they have improved a lot.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to playing this on the Quest too because it's just simple and I can pick it up and grab and go anytime I want. So I like that aspect for some of these games because especially like ones that have a little bit longer campaign, I'm just more likely to jump in more often.
Yeah.
Although the PC VR version
going.
is definitely going to look way better. So it's nice to have both options. You know, when you have more time to dedicate it to it, you can be in the VR room hooked up to the PC, but when you're out on the run, if you're traveling, it's a great game. I have to imagine to take with you to pass some time sometime. Awesome. I mean, really looking forward to the game on the Quest. I'm happy to see it coming. So.
Well, Raza made a comment that flat gaming is billions a year and VR is great, but the threat to those billions is a factor of progressive VR. There was an article or some analytical deal done research about VR, and they are projecting by 2026 it'll be 56 billion market, I think.
Yeah. I mean, you have to imagine by 2026, I have to imagine that the VR is going to grow quite a bit, especially as we see the release of PSVR 2. We see a Quest Pro, Quest 3. I mean, who knows between this time and that time how much better this stuff is going to get. And I wonder if that is going to lump in any AR stuff in there as well, if that's just
sure it will.
VR. Yeah, I would think.
If we get some hybrid, I mean, it's hard to, project all that stuff. That merge is where the sweet spot's going to be too, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yep.
So.
Yep, I know.
Yep. I want to talk a little bit about this upcoming announcement of the Vive Flow. And we actually talked to Vive, and they gave us a rundown of exactly what this is, so we're going to be able to fill you in. Pretty extensive talk with them. And as you can see, there's a cap that goes on top, there's a carry handle, and basically it's a coffee warmer. So,
it's a coffee warmer.
Yeah, and that's why it's called the Vive Flow, because it's got, when you pour it out, the flow, it's completely open, so it just flows and fills your cup up really fast. I mean, they had to tell us about it first before anybody else because it was coffee related, so I mean, I understand that's no hard feelings, to anybody else out there that maybe Vive didn't tell that information to, but I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, me too.
Spill proof. You can see it on its side right there.
Here we go. All right, man. Come on. Come on. That's spilled. Don't give me spill proof. But yeah,
HTC's marketing. What? Like, they always do this weird stuff like this. Like,
I know.
It's a case. They're showing us a case for a product. Like, that's just weird. What?
The only thing that I feel like we can take out of it still is they don't show anybody's head, right? I mean, they're not showing.
Other than that one.
But the case is together.
That's
so
true.
It's put away.
Yes, that's true.
The point.
That's true.
So every other one of them, you're not seeing anything with the eye.
I did think of that, but that one messed me up. But you're right, it's closed.
So I'm gonna throw it out there and say it's a pair of AR glasses, right? That's my guess.
AR or glasses with cameras, because everybody's got, like, Facebook did it, and Real's doing it now, I think, where they're doing glasses with just cameras in them. What do you think? AR or just cameras?
If it's something of that nature. I mean, if it's glasses just with cameras, put that thing on the glass headset and throw it for a spin, because it's done. It's out. It's done out the gate. It's DOA, man.
I love that. I wish I had that.
I feel like HTC just makes these ridiculous decisions on what they do, whether it be marketing, product, what they're going for. If it's a pair of true AR glasses, I feel like we could be back to the original HTC Vive headset, where it would be a great product. Get it to the market early and have a solid.
It's gonna be expensive.
I get it, but that's okay. I mean, when you're the first to the market with something like that, there's
other AR, there's Unreal, and there's the HoloLens, but those, I mean, I get that. It's so wide range of things right now. There's no true awesome AR product, and I don't know. I mean, they talked about the Proton headset, but it doesn't look very big. The case doesn't look very big, but it is pretty wide. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, it's intriguing, but if there's one thing I've learned, you never get too excited over these things from HTC, because either one, for me at least, either A, it's going to disappoint, or B, it's going to be so expensive that it's still disappointing, even if the
you
specs
want
are
to pick
good.
them apart, you have to look at where they're using these, right? So there is sitting at a computer using it. So there has to be a reason for that. There is meditating or doing something.
Watching a movie.
So,
Just
right,
like
watching a
Immerse
movie.
Robot said, I think
Correct.
a 3DOF video
So,
viewer, no spatial functionality
sure.
at all. That's my hunch.
Yeah.
Why, though?
No,
Does
I
the
would
market
agree
need
with
that right
That's
now?
what I
Go
would
buy an
agree.
Oculus Go, right?
Right?
I mean, what do we need that for?
I guess. But I know.
I'd
I
rather
agree, though.
put my
It's gonna be
Quest on
something
and
like
watch a
that.
movie. I don't know, right? Like, what?
I
That's not.
feel like
I
it's
mean,
going to be a connected device to your phone that lets you access movies, access your
yeah.
computer
I mean,
information,
you and
stuff like
Immerse
that.
Robot are probably right. It's probably something like that, but man, that's not exciting to me. I don't know.
It's not.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I just feel like sometimes they go at the wrong ideas, I think, with
Yeah.
where the market's headed. But,
And maybe they finally come out with something that blows us all away and it's fantastic and it's $299.
Laszlo said headphones could be.
Yeah.
Could be headphones too, because somebody sitting at a computer, you need headphones. Watching a movie, you need headphones. Working out with, meditating, headphones are a good thing. So
Yeah.
it could be a pair of headphones as well.
That's just a weird case for, well, I guess
Foldable.
a pair of
I mean,
cans.
these are foldable.
Yeah, a pair of cans that
You know what I
fold and kind of, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
What's the date? I got the date down here. Let me. I
Not gonna be
forget what it is.
anything
It's coming up
VR-related.
October something. October 14th is when they're supposed to be announcing this thing. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll look. I'll see what it is. I just don't know. I mean, hopefully. I mean, I've always been rooting for HTC to come out with some
Right.
awesome products at an awesome price. They just always disappoint me, so it's hard to root for them constantly. But
Yeah,
I mean,
me too.
I want them to be successful. I want them to come out with something good that I want to buy. I mean, I would love that, but.
Like Cosmos?
Yeah, I thought I wanted to buy that until I bought it,
Yep.
and I was like, "Oh crap, this thing sucks." At least the tracking and a couple other things sucked, but yeah.
Yep. I know. But, oh well. I mean, could
It's
try
what it is.
HTC. But yeah.
We'll see. I mean, I'll see what it. I mean, I'm still kind of looking forward to seeing what it is, even if it is,
Right.
whatever. Either it's something we can be excited about or make fun of. I don't care. Either way, it'd be a,
Yep, we're good.
conversation piece, right?
Yep.
I don't know.
That's why we are not sponsored, because we can make fun of things like that.
Oh boy. So I wanted to talk too about the Blast On update. They did a quick draw update, and this trailer, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be pretty sweet." The game is pretty fun though, with one other person. It's a dueling kind of battle, and this is more of a quick draw, old western 6-shooter,
Which is awesome.
kind of a setup. And so I went in there, and it's fun, but it's not a whole lot different from the core gameplay. You just have a 6-shooter pistol you're grabbing instead of a bunch of other guns. Different atmosphere, obviously. You're out in the West, but it's fun. It's cool. I mean, I like the idea. Free update, pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you already have the game, I think it's definitely worth hopping into and shooting some people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And they, again, updates constantly.
Yeah, I like updates.
It's good
I
to
like
see.
free updates, especially.
Yeah, I mean, Resolution Games just keeps rolling out updates for all their games. I mean, it's awesome to see.
Next,
I know,
Demio
Demio. I don't know either. I was thinking about that same thing while I was talking about it. I know. Yeah, we should get back into that, man. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, that
right
actually
now,
does sound
too.
like fun right now.
I know. That game's always fun.
And it's getting cold. It's getting cold out. It's getting darker earlier. You know what I mean? Like
True.
it's so
For
much
us,
more
yeah.
going into the time of just lose yourself in some gameplay once wintertime and fall
So
comes.
winter's
That's
for,
like
man.
my favorite time to just play some games.
Me too.
Summertime's so much more busy. I feel guilty being inside when it's super nice outside. I feel guilty
Right.
being inside all day long. Like it's one thing to play at nighttime or in the morning, but during the sunny day, like that's harder for me.
I know.
But yeah, wintertime
Yeah.
is gonna be so good. Little
baby
baby
Tinkle Boy.
Tinkle Boy
Little
said
baby
happy
Tinkle Boy.
day.
Cheers, man.
$4.99 super chat. Thank you. I love the
Cheers,
name.
little baby Tinkle Boy.
Little baby Tinkle Boy.
It's great.
I love it. That's awesome. Good
I wanted
stuff.
my name on here to be Captain Sprinkles, but I didn't. I couldn't. I know. I know.
Totally.
I love it.
I
wanted
just saw
to
a
name
gaming
myself
science teacher post something. She said Blast On is fun and physically intense too. Neverboard, that is out, and I haven't played that yet. I need to play that
Oh, yeah.
Super 8s to see if that will scratch my Uno itch.
Right.
But I did want to, seeing her in here though, I wanted to mention this real quick because I saw her post this in the Discord, and this is Noun Town, and this is a Kickstarter that ends in like 50 hours, and they're not quite there. I think their goal is like $3,000 some dollars. They're at like 2,500 or something like that.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But they're saying that this is the fastest way to learn a new language by immersing yourself in a world of VR language learning. And they're going to have 25 different languages to learn by speaking, listening, reading, and interacting with an interactive town that comes to life as you learn, which I personally don't have a ton of interest in learning another language. I think it would be really cool, but I think for some people, I think this would be great. If somebody's really looking to learn a new language, I think that VR could be a very, very powerful tool to help you do that. So I think this is pretty cool. I wanted to throw this up there and mention
even
it.
For
it
kids,
is on Kickstarter. Man. Yeah.
Like kids learning
if I was in
words and stuff.
If I was in school still in Spanish class, I would totally rather do this and learn the language. Yeah. Like I could do this in my free time, learn Spanish and go into school and be like nailing all them tests. You know what I mean? So,
the only problem I find with like kids though, like trying to learn this, is they don't have the IPD that would work for a headset. So I do see that as an issue. But
high school, I mean, those are the ones that take Spanish. I don't know. I didn't take any. Well,
different languages, but just learning. You know, for us, learning English. You know, as a kid, you could do something like this. You know what I mean? That's I guess more of my thought as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if you want to back this on the Kickstarter, if you have some interest, I definitely think it's pretty cool. She said they had the alpha up on App Lab for a while, so I don't know if they still do, but but it's about to end. So if you have some interest in helping them out and learning some VR language, I think it's cool to check out. So
that's awesome. Yeah.
Did we talk? We did not. We did not talk about this yet.
Oh no.
This trailer they did a great job on this trailer.
It is. It's so freaking good, man.
It looks really good.
I know.
It looks really good.
It does too. This looks great.
Yeah. Resident Evil 4, if you don't know what this is, I'm sure everybody knows.
RE4. Yep. Is so, this looks so good. You know, fun fact, never played the original.
I never did either. Not the fourth, not Resident Evil 4. I've played a lot of different Resident Evils, but I don't think I've ever played the fourth one.
I've played some through the days. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I've never played Resident Evil 4. I don't know if just at the time, because I think it was a Sony exclusive, right? So
I'm not sure. And I don't even know what year it was when this came out. Because I played like some old Resident Evil games and stuff, and then kind of haven't kept up with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this looks so good. I mean, it gives me all the feels of getting like Doom 3 and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, the jet ski portion, jumping on moving.
Jet ski looked awesome. I was like, what? There's a jet ski? I was like, this is sweet. I even told you that. I was like, did you see the jet ski in the trailer? That was sweet.
I've said forever, I've always wanted, what was it, Wave Runner 64 in VR. Yeah. The old school Nintendo 64 game, the jet ski one.
You're gonna get.
This would be so cool.
And the 21st, so it's coming out right before Halloween, which makes perfect sense. And I mean, we've talked about it before. Horror games in VR are terrifying. I mean, there is no horror movie, horror book, horror anything else that is going to compare to what you feel in VR playing a scary game.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Mainfan said RE4 was GameCube first. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize that.
I never had a GameCube. I had friends with GameCubes, though. I'd play theirs, but I never owned a GameCube myself.
Nope.
Oh, he just deleted it, so maybe that wasn't right. Maybe he messed that up. I don't know.
He lied. He caught himself.
Maybe he lied to us. I don't know. But so October 21st is the date. They're talking about a 10 to 12 gigabyte file size, which is, you're looking at that compared to Medal of Honor on the Quest 2, and it's like, holy crap, that's way smaller. So hopefully still full campaign game. They have said that they have completely reworked this game to be in VR, and I hope it feels that way. Like, I want this game to be, I want it to feel like this was made from the ground up for VR. You know, I don't want this to feel like a port. I'm very hopeful that is going to feel awesome in VR. So they said that the game itself is only like 7.8 gigabytes, but they said after it's installed, you'll need 11.51 gigs of available space to download and install the app, according to the game's listing on the Oculus Store. So,
yeah, well, think what this game, the size it had to be at the time to run on those consoles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we're getting smaller file sizes out of all these. I mean, just like Doom 3 would be. Games, you know,
but I mean, it looks really good. I mean, the interactions with the weapons look really good. And in games like this, you know, any game that you have melee combat physics, you have gun physics, like those things are very important. And I don't mean to rain on anybody, but what's the new demo that came out of the same people that did Stride? I can't think of the name now.
Not against, but
no.
I know.
Yeah. So, anyways, it's Stride developers. Somebody will say it in here. I can't think of the name right now, but I played the demo. It's on Steam, but not to rain on them, but their gunplay does not feel good. Like when you shoot the pistol, I mean, you need to have the right amount of recoil, the right amount of vibration, and just a lot of things about that need to feel right for that gunplay to feel right. So I'm hoping that in this game, and not to rain on them, like I said, that's still something they can fix in those games and stuff, and hopefully they work to tweak that a little bit. But I'm hoping that the gunplay in this game feels really good, because you see a lot of the weapons in there, and in this trailer, the weapons look really good. You know, you see the one scoped gun and stuff. So I hope that the feel feels good of the guns in this game, with, you know, the way they add weight kind of a feeling to them, the way they recoil, everything like that. So
I would hope so.
But Outsider, Outsider. I think it's something like that, Outsider. Yeah, and there is a demo that available on Steam. Check it out. It's pretty cool, but the gunplay just leaves so much to be desired to me in their games. But anyways.
I mean, great gunplay can make a horrible game good just because it's fun. You know, it's enjoyable. Space Pirate Trainer was a super basic game, you know what I mean, when it was released, and that was a great game even from then, and it was just a wave shooter essentially.
And these are more realistic guns too, so I think it's even more important to get the feel right because these are real guns. But there is some things from the trailer that you can see that they've done well with the mechanics. Even right there, pulling the pin out of the grenade, you actually pull the pin out of the grenade. There's one point where he's holding the shotgun, and in his left hand he pulls the shotgun away, still holding it in his left hand, and pulls out a pistol, but he's holding the shotgun from the pump action area of the shotgun, which is really cool. So to see those interactions that you can do with those guns, and the options that you have with your hands while doing gunplay, is something that I think looks pretty good. It looks like they've done a great job.
And it was Outlier from Joyway.
Outlier. Yeah, that sounds right. Outsider. Oh yeah, Outsider sounds similar, but it was Outlier. Yeah, it is on Steam if you want to check out the demo. But
Outsider, good Eric Church LP.
You what?
Sorry, Eric Church LP.
Oh,
Outsider.
Outsider. Oh, man. So Fluke Rogie said there's an earlier video showing smooth loco as well as the smooth teleport options in the menu. So they did talk about that there are going to be locomotion options, which is the best way to do it. Give everybody the option to play it how they want to play it. I mean, that's what makes so much sense to me. Don't limit it to one thing or another and alienate anybody. So, I mean, it looks really good. So
no, this is awesome. I can't wait to play this. From the feels that Doom 3 gave me, bring me all the old games. Bring them on. Yeah, do the port right, and Doom, man, is it good.
Yeah, the Team Beef Doom port on the Quest. That's an excellent game.
Yeah, I mean, everything that I feel like they put out, they make sure it's polished and works good. I mean, they're VR guys at heart now. I mean, that's what they do is basic VR ports.
Oculus just needs to hire them, or somebody does. But so they said that
Valve or somebody. Valve could. Oh, dude, they could bring back all the good stuff. Man, Portal. Give me some Portal too, man.
Yeah. So they said that the game is going to have standing and seated modes. Locomotion options will include teleportation, room scale movement, and smooth forward movement via the analog stick. Dual-handed interactivity. Let you swap weapons, grabbing them off your body, stuff like that. So
super cool.
This looks good. And this is one of them titles that really could, especially going into the holiday season, really could sell some headsets. Because me personally, I'm not a huge VR horror guy, but like this kind of game, I'll definitely play. You know, Doom I definitely like, but I feel like this is a massive draw for VR. So this kind of game right around Halloween, right before the Christmas season, I mean, this could be a game that definitely gets some people into VR, I feel like.
Yeah, even the younger generation who've never played it. You know what I mean? I've never played, so I'm excited to go through it because
I've never played this campaign even flat. So this is all new to me. This is a brand new game to me. So, and I mean, it looks good. So seeing this, I mean, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited.
Yep. Artful really cool. Said those 3 little words.
What's that?
Good stuff, man. He said, "Do we know the date for After the Fall yet?" Oh,
no, that's what I even looked it up. I tried to see if it was somewhere. I looked it up. It says After the Fall, and it just says late 2021. So it's still supposed to be this year. It got pushed back. We know that from before. But that is probably still the most anticipated game that I am the most excited about is After the Fall. And it's coming this year, but we don't know when. And one thing I was talking about a little bit on the Discord is that really I feel like with these big title releases, they need to like have some strategy of like a big title that comes out once a month, once every other month. You know, just in October, we're getting Lone Echo, we're getting Song in the Smoke, October 7th. We're getting Resident Evil 4, you know, so there's like a lot. I mean, October should be a really, really good month for VR, but there's like been a lot of lulls through the summer and stuff where we had really no big releases. I mean, there was smaller stuff, but to really get people into VR and keep them in there, you need to have them big releases, you know, steadily coming throughout the year, you know, not just all packed into 1 month or 2 months. I mean, that's what it looks like this year is going to be. So
it happens though. I mean, they wait on big announcements for Facebook Connect and all that stuff to get the publicity, to get their name out there, stuff like that. But it's how it goes. Mr. Masher, cheers, man.
Mash Daddy, cool.
Good to see you. Good to see you. As always, keep the chats up, by the way, over on Facebook. Check out the Oculus Quest 2. Sorry, I'm doing a commercial. The group's awesome, man. I love going to the Oculus Quest 2 group. It's great. Head on over there if you have one. Super cool to watch everybody. I still love reading everybody's like first games and what should I buy. And it's amazing how many. Oh, dude, it's nuts. And like every time I go to Best Buy, I look on the shelf to see if it's sold out. I don't know if I've hardly ever seen inventory on the shelf. Have you?
Yeah, last time I was there, they actually had quite a few headsets, the 128 gigs and the regular Elite strap, not the Elite battery strap, but the regular Elite strap. Last time I was there, it was actually a pretty full case.
Techno glitch. After the fall falls on Halloween, that would be cool. Ooh, that would be sweet.
Man, that's so close to Resident Evil and stuff and other games. I mean, I would love to see that, but I'm guessing more of a Thanksgiving December-ish time. That's my guess. Release. I don't know. But I mean, at the same time, they could be announcing it at Facebook Connect. You know, they could be giving us some dates for these games, like after the fall, you know, Assassin's Creed. That's what I'm hoping to see, you know, some gameplay and stuff from Assassin's Creed, Splinter Cell with some dates that hopefully, you know,
why do they drag all these incredible games out though so far? It starts to irritate me. Like I'm not excited anymore for some of these games. Like,
well, I know a lot of it is the stupid stuff that's happened in the world, you know what I mean, and things getting pushed back, and I don't know, but I know that's the excuse.
I mean, come on, developers can all work from home, right? I mean not all, because they need some machines and they need to test on things and blah blah blah, but man,
that's really cool. Thanks for that super chat. He said, "Thank you guys. Thanks guys, you rock." So
dude, you're awesome. Keep the chats up. I love watching
big guy in the community.
Every time I see him pop in, it's awesome. And the giveaways you're doing over there too. Love it. That's what we're about too. Love it.
Love giveaways. So also a Song in the Smoke, we just mentioned that was coming in October as well. This is a pretty big game too. This is October 7th, so that's this coming week, right? Yeah. That's this coming week. So so it's a VR survival game. We're hunting food, crafting resources, adapting to an advanced ecosystem with intelligent creature AI, which sounds pretty interesting. So I mean, this is definitely that game, that survivalist game that, I mean, kind of like Green Hell, you know, we're all excited for that. I don't remember what the release date is for that now, but this is should be one of those bigger titles that you can kind of get lost in anytime, you know, that you're having to craft things and find food, and you know, it really just puts you into that space of survival, and you have to kind of grind it out sometimes to advance.
I was just going to say, I think that putting a lot of time in.
So I think this could be a pretty big one. This is again October, so I feel like there's some pretty big, I mean, this October looks to be the biggest month of VR we've had all year for 2021. 2021 did not live up to the hype I thought it was going to be so far. So
I feel like from here on, we're just going to be getting tons of stuff all the way up to holiday, like we did last year. I mean, look at the spike of people playing games, even right after the first of the year and Christmas, getting headsets, stuff like that. It's huge time for any type of, from console to VR, anything. I mean, there's big releases always coming at holidays.
So there's still a chance to save 2021, I feel like. I mean, there's still a lot of titles that we know about, man. Even the ones that we just got announced dates. I mean, those are big titles that are going to, even the people that have been into VR and they've kind of not played a whole lot lately because there hasn't been new stuff, you know, this is going to pull a lot of them people back in, and this is going to definitely get people back into VR. And it's a great time because it's, like I said, it's cooling off. At least here, it's not bright and light outside as long. And
after the fall, man. Oof. And somebody, I saw somebody ask, like, are we going to do a review of VR ears and stuff? They are coming. They're shipping those and have shipped some of them. So
I haven't got mine yet, but they have shipped. So I'm sure we will either be doing a video on them or we'll be talking about them on here for sure. I mean, I've been looking forward to those for a long time. Hopefully I use the engineered AF clip-on headphones all the time, so I'm hoping these are going to be even better than those. They should be theoretically. Just
Right.
one more thing I have to charge. That's the one thing I'm not looking forward to.
It is, but I mean, if I'm charging the headset, it's just plugging.
As long as they
something.
last, as long as the batteries last a long time, then I
Sure.
think I'll be okay.
Yep.
Limba Zero, $10 super chat, said if you want
Cheers, man.
if you want to feel how Portal is in VR, test Portal Stories VR from Steam. You need Portal 2 to play it. So,
I should do that because, man, that's one of my all-time favorite games.
Yeah.
Really does. I mean, that goes back. That's such a good game, but I need to do that. So Stories, all right.
Yeah, for sure. And I did want to mention that there's a possibly Blade and Sorcery coming to the Quest as well. They've talked about it before, but just recently, Reddit user Retro Codes, they have asked the developer Warp Frog if the Quest version of the game could still be on the cards, and they essentially said that they don't want to make promises, but they're looking into it, and it sounds like it would be a Quest 2, another Quest 2 exclusive game. But that's a game that I have to imagine has been very profitable as a PC VR game, because a lot of, we see a lot of Quest games that the Quest version of the game is what they're really making money from. That game is a massive game. There's still a lot of people playing that all the time. So I have to imagine if they did get that to the Quest, that would be a huge, huge seller, because that is a game that people love to play. So, and it is a cool game. I mean, I definitely have not put nearly as much time into it as a lot of other people, but it is cool. It is a cool game.
Yeah,
so
it's got the sauce. That. I mean, it would do great on the Quest 2. Yeah, I mean,
I'd love to see that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it just helps prolong these companies, and keep them making other stuff, put it on the Quest 2 while they're making something else behind the scenes, and give us some good stuff, man. Yeah.
Folk show.
Can't wait for Connect.
Should we talk about the new Valve headset?
It's hard, man. I have all these built up hype emotions about all this that I just hope they're not deflated at points, or we have to wait forever. And I'm hoping that, all this wireless talk that we heard when the Index got, released from behind the scenes with Gabe and stuff, that maybe this is what they were working on then, because there's stuff, in the architecture and inside this coding that probably goes back that far. So maybe that was the referral back then. Maybe it wasn't wireless for the Index, or maybe they just moved on.
Yeah. So a lot of this is coming from, sadly, it's Bradley. He is big time into the Index patents, the Index, code lines. I mean, pretty much most of what he's been doing lately has all been breaking down Valve patents and everything else. So if you want to know stuff about what Valve may be potentially doing, he definitely keeps up on all that stuff and really breaks it down. So between him and one of his friends on Discord, I guess this is where all of this kind of broke down. And it's essentially an input profile in SteamVR for a headset that is codenamed the Deckard. We don't know what it's going to be called when it comes out, if it's going to be Index 2 or what it is. They always have a code name. For even the Index had a code name. I can't remember right off the top of my head. What was it?
Utah.
Is that what it was? Yeah. So they always have a code name. So that's not going to be the name of the headset. But they basically found this line of code inside previous SteamVR versions and all that stuff, broke everything down. Said he spent days trying to go through all these files to pick everything apart. And so what he's saying is that, that potentially a standalone headset with PCVR capabilities, which is where most things probably need to go this day and age. We see what's selling. But also he said that there's also references to some kind of touch screen or buttons on the side of the headset that you can actually do things and set it up before putting the headset on, which I've never really thought of that before, which is actually kind of a cool thing, because usually I just stick my headset on like the Quest. I turn it on and wait for it to load up, and then I do what I want to do. But if I could just turn the headset on, be like, hit a game, like boom, load up this game. So as soon as I put my headset on, I'm in the game. That's a pretty cool function, I feel like.
I think for me, I always go back to the Note 4 beta developer kit for the Gear VR, and it had a touchpad on the side, like a 4-way tracking touchpad. And I've always thought that would be an awesome thing. So let's say you want to go into a racing sim or flight sim. You don't want your controllers. You don't want to turn them on. You don't want them in the way. That in menus, you could use something like that to select things. With just your center cursor, move your headset around, select it, tap it.
Yeah.
It does work well. I mean, it's not really used like in game or anything, but I feel like it's just an ease of access kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, if it actually had a screen on it, even on the outside, that we could use to see things, that would be cool. I don't know if it's totally necessary.
Yeah, I agree, but kind of a cool.
I feel like it just drives the price up, maybe, but maybe it's worth it. I mean,
we know the Index isn't a cheap headset anyways, but it sells well. I mean, people are always looking to buy that thing. But I mean, a lot of people have speculated that Valve is done with VR and they're not going to do anything else with VR. And I've never really completely felt that way. I've always felt like they were. I mean, you got to remember, they're always doing things in the background. They take a very long time before they ever really talk about it. They're very secretive. They're one of the better companies of actually keeping secrets and things not getting leaked out. So I don't think that they're done. I still love my Index. I mean, the Index is still one of my favorite PC VR headsets. I mean, visually, the lenses don't stack up as well as some of the newer stuff now, but I'm ready for a new Index. I am totally down for a new Index, whatever they decide they're going to do. I would love to be able to get my hands on that thing.
Right. And what's coming is codenamed Deckard at this point. I don't know if we've actually said that.
Yeah, we did.
But it's ever since we got the release of the Steam Deck, right? I feel like it's all there, right? They have the wireless potential. And we've talked about that in the past plenty of times, that it's there to put into VR if it needs it. The battery, the processor, the screen.
So this is a video we were going to talk about last week of a user actually running SteamVR Home with an Index off of the Steam Deck, which is pretty amazing. I mean, obviously SteamVR Home shouldn't be very hard to run, but I also saw that Denny Unger from Pistol Whip said that he was going to be trying to get this running on the Steam Deck.
They did.
So that's kind of interesting too.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's awesome that they can do it. So at least we know the processing power is there. I mean, obviously it's just specs. It'll only run up to certain things, I'm sure.
I mean, it's not super powerful, but.
Right. But maybe we'll be getting an upgraded version of what's even in the Steam Deck. I mean, that could be the dream, but probably not.
And I know a lot of people have been saying that these are just patents, and they are some of them are patents, some of them are code lines in Steam and stuff like that. So it's a mix of things, but nothing is set for sure in stone. I mean, we've seen patents from all kinds of companies. I mean, patents are just means that they're testing things. So, and even still, this means that they haven't given up on VR, at least to me, because you're seeing patents, you're seeing code lines in Steam. So they're definitely doing something. You know what I mean? What exactly, we don't know, but
they won't give up on VR, man. They'll come out with something twice as good. I mean, it'll be awesome. And when it comes out, it'll be a solid product. And I highly recommend everybody pre-order it the second it drops, because it will be worth it.
It was tough last time. I mean, I got an early pre-order on the Index right away. Luckily, your pre-order, something got messed up and you were a little bit later pre-order.
I was at work and I couldn't do it literally in the 5 minutes that they were gone. So it was a little nuts. I did end up getting one thanks to a friend, which we haven't talked to in a while. We need to hit him up. But my hope, right? We've got Facebook Connect coming, right? Are we going to see a drop of something about it?
That's what they did with the Index.
For it?
That's what they did with the Index.
So could that be a thing they're going to do again here? I mean, if they have it and they're working on it, probably not, in my opinion, only because all this early stuff they're finding in code is of early versions of testing versions.
Yeah. But who knows? I mean, who knows I'm sure there's way more stuff going on behind the scenes than the little tidbits, that we get. But if you're interested in keeping up on these patents and these code lines and stuff, I would recommend checking out Sadly It's Bradley, because that's essentially what he does. So he takes the time to really break this stuff down. So if that's something you want to keep up on, I would definitely check that out. But it's exciting. I mean, any new headset to me is exciting. I'm excited for Quest Pro, Quest 3. I'm excited for the Deck of Gear. I'm excited for the Lynx R1. I'm excited for an Index 2. I mean, hardware stuff very much gets me excited. If it's something that is consumer based, something that's going to be somewhat affordable, and I'm all about it. Even though I'm happy with what I have right now, it's keeping me content, but I'm always looking for the next great thing that's going to come out. That's going to.
How much was the high end Steam Deck, by the way? Was it like 1,000?
No, it was like $599, wasn't it?
No, the highest end one, not the cheapest.
I don't know. I didn't order one.
What were the tiers? I forget. There were different. Weren't there different levels?
Yeah,
of it?
There was.
Oh, I think that was just storage though differences.
I think so.
Processing, I guess they're probably all the same.
I can't remember now. Somebody will know. We talked about it, and I knew all that info before, but it was never something that I ordered, so I never really stored all that information in my brain. So I never had a plan really to order it. Oh, somebody's giving away some Steam codes. Man, I forgot we have codes too. I've been forgetting. I meant to give out some right in the beginning. I feel bad.
Yeah, PD said only about 600, but there were some higher ones, and I feel like if we get a VR headset, I don't know, are we going to get different versions of it?
I don't know. I mean, is even if an Index 2 came out at $1,000 for the kit, is that something that's viable right now?
Hopefully it's just me.
What?
I froze. Hopefully hopefully it's I'm back.
I didn't even see you freeze on mine. I didn't notice
All right,
it at
good.
least.
Scared me. I'm like, oh man, might have dropped.
But I mean, if a headset coming out now when we have, the Quest that sells for $299, it just seems like, I mean, before, we were okay with spending $800, $1,000 on a PCVR headset. That's what they cost back in the day. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
with no processing power, it's just a headset.
Yeah, but nowadays, $1,000 headset is a lot harder for people to swallow. I feel like people that haven't been in the VR scene for as long, I guess. I don't know.
True, but we don't have any high-end wireless headsets, really, do we? I mean, I guess we do if you do all the add-ons, for, a Vive Pro or something, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll base it on like price comparison to that.
Yeah. And I don't know. I hope that when they release this headset, they announce another big game, like the other 3 big VR titles they were working on, like Half-Life Alyx, you know what I mean? Because when you Half-Life Alyx, you got that for free if you owned an Index. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So when that came out, because I don't think we paid for it because we got it for free because we already had the Index. But so hopefully they do another big title like that to just get the hype up even more. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So PD said the top tier was about $770 US.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was something around there.
Yeah.
So I mean, could we see this headset come out around that price range? If it did, do you think it would sell?
Mateo's in chat now. He said, considering that the Index remained sold out forever, even at $1,000, it will sell, which is a good point. I'm curious to see
That's my thought too.
I'm curious the inventory numbers though too. Was that a truly so many people ordering it? Because I know there were a lot, but was that truly so many people ordering it, or was that the fact that inventory wasn't huge? I don't know, but I don't know. I mean, Valve is they're kind of in a category on their own a little bit. I feel like, I don't know. I mean
it's high end usually when it comes out.
And I mean, everything that they do, they're giving to other people. Other companies are using their tech. Look at the Reverb G2. Look at what HTC's done with Valve for a long time. You know what I mean? So they definitely are kind of more top end, I would feel like, and they're kind of innovating more than some other.
I guess I would just love to see full wireless with Index field of view, 4K, panels. I mean, kind of all the good stuff kind of thrown into one. I don't think it's going to be above and beyond,
right?
But because of limitations with processing and getting too crazy of screens and battery life and all that. But man, if they bundled everything, the sweet spots from every headset into one with a higher field of view, great lenses that would wirelessly work off Steam, stuff like that, which seems to be true too, because there's evidence of Steam Link or whatever in some of that code too that Bradley was pulling apart. So I would love all that stuff. Throw it into a bundle at $700 or $800. I still feel like it would sell like hotcakes, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what
I do.
Paul P. Jr. said it might be cheaper, like $800, which would still be worth it. I agree. Exactly. I think that would be awesome. Yeah, I mean, Skiva said this headset is going to be a game changer. Arya Rosti, I'm with him, said bigger than Index FOV, please. Like, I like Index FOV, but I'm totally down to get a little bit more. Like, I still...
Me too.
Field of view is still that thing in VR that I just constantly want more. And not only horizontal. I want more horizontal, vertical. I want more field of view all the way around, which I know that comes at a cost. I know there's, I know that, but...
Right. That's harder, because then you're making... It's tough. Yeah, screens have to be bigger, so then you lose, more. You add more screen door effect because pixels, density, and all that stuff. I mean, there's cost, and I know lenses have made a big progression now too. So,
and this is true too. I'm excited. Guy said if Index 2 doesn't use lighthouses, it may be less than you think, which is a good point, because 2 lighthouses that come with the full kit of $1,000. That is adding some cost, because those things are like $200 a piece or something like that.
Yeah.
New.
I think 150 a piece or something like that. I think 300.
Yeah, I don't remember what the 2.0 base stations cost now. I'm not sure, but yeah. So I mean, that is true. I mean, hopefully we can get some cost savings and a lot of that kind of stuff. So
right.
So yeah, and Guy Good. He said wireless PC VR headsets becoming popular. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Right.
Right.
Right. I know. See, I was like my CV1 being wired only because of the weight, and I guess
CV1 was. I love CV1. I still pick that thing up, and I'm like, man, if I could swap out the screens in this thing and put some better lenses, I would still rock this thing all the time.
What if they made like an incredible wired headset like that for like $199? Like, just
they won't. I mean, they got rid of the Rift S. The Rift S wasn't a bad headset. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think, I mean, we've talked about this forever, that the future is wireless PCVR. And after being able to do that through things like virtual desktop and AirLink and all that, it is just, I mean, it's so much more of a freeing experience. I mean, it's definitely where it needs to be. It needs to be, I feel like everything going forward almost needs to have a standalone aspect with a wireless PCVR capability. So that way we can get the quick and dirty jump into VR, and we can also get the visually stunning, amazing, longer, bigger titles, more graphically intense stuff of PCVR. So
yeah. Yep, but I know. Mateo said after using a Pimax AKX, I don't want too much FOV. Yeah,
I want good FOV. Agree. I don't want...
Right. Well, that's where I say the issue lies, is Pimax, like with mine, it's a lens distortion.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Right, you're just making that up with some lens trickery, essentially. So to get true FOV, you have to widen your panels, and then you're losing, pixel density and stuff like that. So
we need the curved, we need some curved OLED screens or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how they do it exactly, but I definitely don't want the Pimax version of FOV bump. I want a true, where I can look to my corner out of the corner of my eye and things still be visible. You know what I mean? Like still be able to clearly see things eventually. I mean, I understand we're not there yet, but even the index bump in FOV was a nice bump. So if we can get another bump like that and just constantly every so many years get a little bit of a bump until it's more of a realistic, human FOV, that's my dream.
Yeah, but if it goes to a wireless headset, I'd take that FOV all day.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would too.
It's great. I love that FOV.
I mean, I would love to see a Quest Pro or Quest 3 have that FOV too. I mean, I would love to see that happen. I don't know that it will, but
yeah.
Yep. Susan, control. You can't leave yet. We're not done.
What?
She said, sorry, I have to leave. Life got in the way.
That happens. Trust me, it happens.
Yeah, for sure.
But, we know.
So, I mean, I just feel like times are getting pretty exciting right now. I mean, we're getting into the fall where Facebook Connect is coming up. Some of these big titles are getting released. It's like, finally, I'm got some things to be excited about. There was a couple months there where it was like, man, like,
I know
there's not much going on, right? Like, it's true. So I'm excited.
Deluxe strap. Harful saying the deluxe strap breaking. Oh man, it's crazy.
Still have mine.
I know, me too.
I still have 3 Elite straps that I've owned since day one. I have 2 Elite battery straps and 1 regular Elite strap. 2 of them don't get used nearly as much as the one that I've had on my head forever. Still have not had it break. Still have not. And my sister as well. My sister has one from day one. Their family ordered one, and they still have theirs. And they have 2 kids that beat the crap out of the thing, and it still hasn't broken.
Do you think it's people tightening them too far, like too hard?
I have no idea. I mean, like Skiva's had like 10 of them, and they've all broke. Right. And he's said, that he hasn't been rough on them. So I truly just think it's, I don't know,
maybe not enough. Maybe not tightening enough. Maybe they move too much. I don't know.
I don't know, because I'm not even that easy on mine. I set mine. I've dropped my headset a couple times. I mean, on the hardwood floor, like that just happened a couple weeks ago, and I thought it was done for because it wouldn't load at all. Yeah. And then I've shut it all down, and it started back up. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I know.
So yeah, but I feel bad for the 64 gig Quest people. I definitely do. With Resident Evil 4 coming out, this is the time where I really just feel like they need to allow for a thumb drive or something to be put into the headset or something. I don't know, but they're not going to do that because they charge more for the bigger memory. So I don't know.
I still don't understand that. I mean, just let it be an SD card or something and buy your own memory. You know what I mean?
Still doing so they were doing, if you bought a Quest 2, like the 128 gig version or whatever, that you would get $100 off of another headset or something like that. Is that still going on? I thought that was kind of cool.
I don't know. That I don't know. Probably.
So Wolf Raza said not loosening them before taking it off. I actually never loosen mine. I never adjust it. I stick it on my head, and most of the time I don't. Most of the time I pop my engineered AOF clip-on headphones. They pop in and out. I pop those off and I stick it on my head. That's usually what I do, and I don't think I ever loosen it to take it off, actually.
Yeah, I've used mine pretty good too because the headphones stay on them. I rip them off, and the headphones are all bound up in it and squeezing on
I'm
them.
really surprised mine hasn't broke. I mean, I don't want it to break, but I do have a backup. But
Yep.
yeah, but I mean, also the Bobo VR headset though. I have that one. And that one's on my wife's headset. That's a great headset too. But I have seen a couple of Reddit images of that one breaking too. I don't know that it's as fragile as some people have issues with the Elite Strap, but I haven't broken that one yet either. But that's a great alternative too. It really is.
Yep.
So
yeah.
No, sale is done. Mateo said that $100 sale is done. Bummer.
I thought so too, man.
Yeah. At this point, honestly, I would just wait till, if you're looking to buy a headset, I think you're probably better just to wait till the end of the month just to see what gets announced. I mean, if a Quest 2 Pro or whatever it is comes out and it's going to be, $500 or $600 as compared to the regular 128 gig Quest 2, then, budget wise, maybe you still want to go ahead and get that Quest 2, the regular one, but for a lot of us, if you're looking to get one right now, I think it's probably worth waiting to see what happens. Cause I have a feeling there's going to be a headset purchase order in my near future. So
probably true.
I'm hoping
about 10 minutes before Facebook Connect.
You think pre-order Facebook 10 minutes before?
For Valve's.
Well, there might be two headset pre-orders.
Valve's gonna drop it, man.
Yeah, there might be two.
That was the most epic thing. If anybody was witness to that,
that was before
so
F8
cool.
though. I believe that wasn't before Oculus Connect. That was right before F8.
Is that what it was? Was it F8?
If I remember.
Yeah. Well, that's when they were mixing and matching all the VR stuff and different things. But that was so cool though. Oh,
Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, we'll get out of here.
Yeah. For sure. But thanks for hanging out. I mean, tons of people in chat. It's good to see everybody. Steve, Liberty, Mateo, German Rifter in chat. Person, Chris.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Tech9's Microwave, Meow Meow, the Gamer Cat, Artful, Wolvraza, Immersed Robot, which I did just order myself an Immersed Robot coffee mug. So there will be a new coffee mug coming up pretty soon, and I'm pretty excited about that. I haven't ordered any coffee mugs in a little while.
I know. That's what I was just going to say, too.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. Gaming Science Teacher, PD, Bepper, Rudel Zavedno, Paul P. Jr., tons of people. So, and I'm sure there's tons of people I missed, but thank you for hanging out on Saturday.
Yeah. Morning. Cheers, guys. Yep. Gotta get out of here.
I said 2 headset pre-orders and my wife sent 2 big eyes. Like, what?
Screwed up.
Maybe 3 because she's going to want a Quest Pro too. We'll get her a Quest Pro as well and then give hers to family or something. Maybe. So maybe 3. Anyways.
I know. We'll see. We'll see what drops soon.
Yep, for sure. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Definitely appreciate the super chats and the buy me coffees. Make sure you sign up for the Gleam giveaways. There's 2 of them going on in the description for Walkabout Minigolf and Medal of Honor Oculus code, which is going to be cross-buy, so you get it for the Quest, Rift, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
For the Quest. But yeah, it's a great game.
Yeah,
it is. Sure. Yep. All right, guys. We're out of here. We'll catch you guys later. We'll see you back here or see you in VR. Catch you on the next one.
And Meow Meow Gamer Cat said, thanks, guys, and glad you're still independent.
Yeah, buddy. Exactly.
Later.